Hi everybody, welcome to another Low on Health Rambling. Today is August 29th, 2010. It's about 4:39 p.m. in the afternoon. I got a lot of stuff to kind of cover this week. I've been kind of a busy, not really week, but busy weekend. A lot of stuff kind of going on here. I'm just going to try to cover all of it. Basically, the first thing, I already had two basically kind of old ex-coworker events planned for this weekend, in which case Anime Nation people and whatnot. But what I wanted to do is people at work, they've invited me out to like happy hour or hang out with them after work and whatnot. I've always kind of declined. But this time they asked me, and I'm like, you know what, I'm doing a bunch of coworker stuff, I might as well. So after work on Friday, I went out with a bunch of people from the office to basically kind of Chili's to kind of hang out. I figured, hey, actually I had a Chili's gift card that had money on it, so I figured I'd get food at least and get dinner, so it wouldn't be a wasted trip. Went out there, met with the people and whatnot, and kind of just sat and talked with them, ate, they drank and whatnot. And then I just kind of realized what I've automatically assumed with that place is that I don't really have that much in common with people at my current job. I mean, they're mostly married or have kids or have other type of stories. They're not really kind of the anime or video gamers or whatnot, which is okay. It's to be expected. But I kind of just solidified, yeah, there's nothing I can relate to them with, not politics, not, anything. Not kids going to school and stuff. So that was kind of, not disheartening, but I kind of saw it coming. But that kind of gave me a gauge onto how the rest of my weekend was going to go. In which case, Saturday, I decided to see Scott Pilgrim again for the fourth time. 4 times now I have seen Scott Pilgrim versus the World, and I've still enjoyed it immensely. This time around, I saw it at Woodlands with Mike, who's on my Xbox and Facebook, and he's also an ex-coworker from Anime Nation. And he hadn't seen the movie, so I was like, hey, you should go see the movie. So we saw that on Saturday, in which case, also on Saturday, we basically had Kevin, who's also an ex-coworker. Basically, he had his 40th birthday party. Boom, there it is. He had his 40th birthday party, which was actually at the Mongolian BBQ buffet type of place right next to Woodlands. So that was kind of cool. That's another reason why we went to the Woodlands movie theater, because it was right there, which was kind of cool. I haven't seen Kevin in a long time, and it was nice to see him. It is his 40th birthday. He is moving up to Portland or Oregon later on, so this is kind of maybe our last time to see him. So a bunch of old ex-coworkers came out, which was kind of cool, and really interesting. I had eaten at this Mongolian barbecue type of place, and it's one of the places you take a bowl and you fill it with meat and vegetables, and then you give it to like these bunch of chefs, and they kind of just cook it up right there and whatnot. And I mean, that's cool and all. It's not really my thing. I did enjoy it. They bring an unlimited amount of rice and fajitas shells to your table, so I had one bowl and just kind of mooched off the rice and everything for the rest of the night. But it was kind of cool to catch up with everybody and kind of shoot the shit and catch up and talk with people, which was real fun. But what was really interesting, basically, what happened with the rest of the night, I figured, hey, a bunch of us kind of are all in Tampa now. We should go and do something. We should go out. So actually, I had called Jeff, who I've mentioned numerous times on this, and was like, hey, Jeff, he wasn't able to make the Mongolian thing because he works at Ray J, and there was a preseason game. I'm like, hey, do you want to go out? Maybe let's go out to Malibu. Me and Mike used to, do Malibu, which is an arcade down in Tampa, back like 8 years ago, back in the day. I was like, hey, do you want to head out to Malibu? He's like, well, I'm watching my kid and whatnot. I have my kid with me. And I'm like, oh, well, that kind of sucks. And he's like, well, my kid can come along. I mean, they're open late and whatnot. I'm like, oh, yeah, I never thought about that. For some reason, I never thought that a kid would go to Malibu. I don't know why. Or a kid would hang out with adults. So we swung by there. Mike was driving, and we picked Jeff and his kid up, William, and basically went out to Malibu. And had a really good time. I have a bunch of pictures from Malibu, which I'm going to quickly go through here. This is, of course, William doing one of the racing games. William doing DDR. A lot of William thinks it's Jeff's kid. It's Jeff's camera. Him doing the skate game, which is all cool. But then here's Jeff kind of doing the silent scope, the sniper game, which was real interesting. It was real kind of fun. I just see Malibu. I hadn't been there in a very long time, and I enjoyed going there when I was younger. There's Jeff still doing silent scope. And they have a Guitar Hero arcade game there, which of course we played all the time at home, and it's kind of free. Why would you want to pay tokens for it? But it was kind of cool just to kind of play Guitar Hero in that type of environment. There's me and Mike playing, and here's Jeff and Mike, Jeff and Mike again, Jeff and Mike again, Jeff and Mike again. Different perspective, kind of see how the arcade is built up. Here is Jeff getting 100% on Expert on that song, I believe was Reptilia by The Strokes. Jeff was very proud of him getting 100%. So proud, in fact, that when he was putting his initials in, I don't know if you can see it, that there, of course, he decided to put Ass as his name because that's just funny. But it was kind of cool. He was actually being in the top percentile. So all that training at home for Guitar Hero really worked out for him. That's what we got here. After that, William had actually said, "Hey, I want to do the go-karts." In which case, honestly, many times I've been to Malibu. As you can see, that's the castle in the background of the arcade. I had never actually done the go-karts there. In which case, all of us did. Me, Mike, Jeff, and William. We all did the go-karts. So that's Mike in the front, Jeff taking the picture of William in front, and I was actually the fourth car slot. In which case, a funny story. We were basically, doing it and whatnot. I'm like, hey, you know what? For me, everything's always a race. If you know me, everything always is a race with me. So even starting in the fourth position, I'm like, I'm gonna see if I can pass everybody. And I was immensely surprised by how much pick up and go these carts had. So I basically kind of forwarded it. I didn't bump into everybody, but I basically took my turns strategically, I don't know, maybe all the video game playing, and just whipped past everybody. And I realized that this go-kart could actually fishtail and drift a little bit. So I was actually hitting the brake, hitting the gas, hitting the brake, hitting the gas, and just kind of taking turns really close and just kind of barely hitting the rails. And it was real fun. I actually, for one time in my life, paying $5 for one little go-kart thing, which I think would maybe be kind of stupid, was actually immensely fun, and I really enjoyed it, and I thought that was really cool. And another part that was cool afterwards, we realized we went to the other kind of arcade at the side there, in which case we find out that they serve beer. In which case Jeff was like, hey, I'll buy a pitcher or two or whatnot if you guys want to drink. And of course Mike was driving, so Mike was like, no, I'm going to get it icy. And look how happy that kid is with that icy. Mike was enjoying the hell out of that icy. But I'm like, hey, you know what, Jeff? I'll try out the beer. Everybody knows I don't drink the beer. I'm more of kind of the fruity drink mix guy. And Jeff got us a pitcher, and we kind of went through those two beers and whatnot. I was like, hey, Jeff, as long as I can crash at your place, I'll drink whatever. So that was kind of cool. And I did kind of realize I really, really don't enjoy beer that much. I'm not a big beer person. But it was kind of fun just to kind of drink and whatnot. And then what was after that? After that, there was a light gun game in the kind of drinking bar area, in which case I can probably do this, in which case I was still just kind of drinking. I love that shot, just kind of one-hand shooting and whatnot. Here's another thing of us playing that game, and really fun game. We were all just kind of having fun doing different pistol holding and whatnot. I did a lot of cross pistol holding while drinking, which I for some reason thought was immensely cool. Whatever. This is probably my favorite shot of the night right here. This is me and Mike playing it. And it's just kind of the standoff shooting, with the guns and just the beer in the hand, which whatever. I found it immensely enjoyable. And then of course, me and Mike had played DDR throughout the day, and actually, we actually failed a set because we realized we're getting old. But of course, this is us playing DDR and enjoying ourselves and doing our dance moves and the whatnot. And if everybody remembers me, I loved the DDR, and it was very much fun playing DDR that night. But that was kind of fun. Afterwards, after this, we were driving back and whatnot, and Jeff was like, hey, anybody want to go Steak and Shake? I'm like, hey, yeah, let's all go to Steak and Shake. So we went to Steak and Shake afterwards, got milkshakes and ate and whatnot, and then I kind of just crashed at Jeff's place, which is something I've done way too often recently. Woke up, came home, took another quick hour nap, took a shower, and then I went to go pick up Darren to go to the next coworker thing, which was going to be the usual Anime Nation get-together, which every couple of months we get together and catch up with everybody and see how everybody's doing. And this one was kind of for the August birthday, since a lot of us have birthdays in August, and it was actually Josh's birthday, which was kind of cool. He actually showed up, and it was really cool to just kind of catch up with everybody, eat Sunnies, and just enjoy each other's company, catch up, talk gaming, talk anime, talk movies, and it just made me really appreciate, considering how I hang out with the people from my current office, how I could just flow and talk with these guys. I mean, we've known each other for a long time. We don't see each other that often, some more than others, actually. It was just kind of cool just to kind of shoot the shit, catch up, and get people's different opinions on stuff. And it was just really enjoyable. And I'd like to thank everybody for coming out to that dinner thing and chatting. And as much as I hate to say it, I do very much enjoy your guys' company. It was really cool. And actually, after that, me and Darren, because I picked up Darren for carpooling, we actually did a little gaming crusade. We drove around the area looking for gaming deals, in which case we didn't catch any. But just kind of a cool overall busy weekend, and I really enjoyed it. And I like to, as always, thanks everybody who made that possible. I was kind of hoping to end my August with a kind of a big bang. It was kind of fun just going out to Malibu, hanging out with everybody, and just kind of enjoying life to a point. Not even spend that much money either, very cheaply spending money and whatnot. And it's just very cool, and I very much enjoyed it. And there's actually talk at the Sunnies thing of going to see Scott Pilgrim, because some people there had still not yet seen Scott Pilgrim, and they're like, hey, maybe I'll go see it next weekend at Woodlands. And I'm like, I guess I could probably see it a fifth time, so I might be seeing Scott Pilgrim again. But loving the movie and whatnot. Sad to see it not doing good at the box office, but that was basically my weekend. It was very much enjoyable, and I'll probably be going to sleep real soon after I edit this, because I am really tuckered out. But as always, I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you next time.